Hi, I'm Bree from Grafa. Up next, we have Blockradar. And you're live with Grafa at Token 2049. We're streaming from Marina Bay Sands in Singapore, and we are thrilled to have our next guest, Morgan Williams, CEO and co-founder of Blockradar. Hi Morgan, how are you going?
Very good, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm very good.
Awesome. So Morgan, can you tell us a little bit about who Blockradar is?
Yes, so Blockradar is a stablecoin wallet infrastructure provider for fintechs, and we serve emerging markets.
Very exciting. So that leads me into my first question for you, which is, what are some of the biggest challenges that fintechs face today?
So some of the biggest challenges fintechs face today is figuring out how to navigate the newest rails that are coming into play, which is stablecoins. And I think, you see a lot of news, particularly coming out of the West and the US, of like stablecoin adoption, but I think a lot of medium-sized fintechs to larger fintechs are trying to figure out, well, how does that fit into their tech stack? How does that fit into their everyday flows? And so I actually think they're struggling to figure out where they can see meaningful change in their business with leveraging the latest technologies.
Absolutely. And how does Blockradar feature in all of that?
Yeah, so actually we take away the complexity and do that for them. And so basically the way that we can do that is provide wallets that then actually facilitate these stablecoin flows. And so for the audience out there that's not so familiar, you can just think about what we provide is the ability for all of your treasury management, your customer flows on stablecoins. And we do that in a way that's very simplified, and you don't need smart contract engineers.
That does sound very helpful, I must say. Morgan, can you tell us, obviously you've been building for fintechs, what key lessons have you learned?
Simplicity. I think that's really the thing that's most important. I also think designing flows that are traditional financial institutions know and understand and trust in the same way for stablecoins is the best way to actually get further adoption. I also think general adoption for mass retail won't necessarily come from large crypto players, but from everyday financial institutions and fintechs who've already gained the trust of their users. And so, for us, we believe that, when we're building for this customer segment that is already serving billions of customers, it's vital to have simplicity and the ease of use of integrating this into a business model and tech stack that they already have today.
Absolutely. I think integrating anything new is always difficult in companies. So simplicity as your catchphrase, I think is going to win you a lot of wins. Yeah. So Morgan, can you tell us, where do you see the most exciting possibilities for the industry over the next few years?
I've been in crypto now for 5 years, and I blink and something new has come out. So it's a really fun and exciting time. But I'd say the next possibilities come into play is when you see more and more large payments and financial institution providers actually adopt stablecoins in a meaningful way. What do I mean by that? Maybe that's creating their own L1s and L2s, very similar to how Stripe has gotten involved. I also believe that might be creating your own stablecoins. And so when you think about the first step is really how do I fit that in my flow, but then the second step, well, how do I monetize this in a really meaningful way? And so I think that's really exciting, and I think we'll see that sooner rather than later.
That's very exciting. Well, Morgan, thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure hosting you, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You've been live with Morgan from Blockradar at Token 2049. If you want to stay up to date with more news and interviews, head to grafa.com or download the Grafa app.